Good afternoon. Welcome back to another video from Donnie's Kitchen. Hello, everybody. God bless you. I hope you all been having a safe and blessed week with you and your significant other, your husband, or your partner, your kids, just enjoying family time with each other. Kids, I hope you had a great week in school. And yes, so in tonight's video, it's going to be what's for dinner in Donnie's Kitchen. And today is March 18th, 2023. The time now is 4:53 p.m. here in Donnie's Kitchen. And tonight's recipe is going to be about the fish is tilapia with cabbage and mashed potatoes. Oh, I forgot to put mashed potatoes on here. Yes, it's mashed potatoes. Let me put that on there. I forgot. 1 second. Oh, so I'll put it like this: mashed potatoes. There we go. All right. So this is going to be in tonight's recipe and dinner for Hamilton and I. But you can double up this recipe a couple times if you want. Double it up. If you have more than 2 people in your family, you, the husband, you, the wife, and kids. So yeah, that's what we're going to be for dinner tonight. And let's get started into this video. All right. So I've been missing in action because I've been sick. I still have the nasal, the cough, but I am feeling 100% better. My body is better. I've been really extremely sick for the last few weeks, so that's why I have been MIA. Plus working too. Not much, but I thought I had just a head cold, and it came to be another type of cold. But it wasn't COVID, thank God, Lord, thank God for that, Jesus Christ. So yeah, so the fish that I'm going to be making, it is the tilapia fillets. So this is by Open Acres. This is what we sell in our grocery store, Open Acres. And I have a head of cabbage. I'm going to pull it out the bag now, and I'm going to show you how to cut it up and cut the core out. So this is just one head of cabbage. It is 88 cents a pound at our grocery store. So, huh? 29. Oh, 29 cents, sorry, at our local grocery store. Hamilton just told me that. But yeah, I'm going to show you how to do that. And also in this pan, it's going to be the seasoning with the yellow cornmeal and the flour and the seasonings. I'm going to show you to put in here. Also, I'm going to tell you what I put in my cabbage, which is the red pepper flakes by Stone Mill. This is from Aldi's, Aldi's, or you can get the red pepper flakes at your local supermarket. And also, I put in there is garlic salt, and that's for the cabbage. And I also put in the Badaya onion powder, and I'll tell you what's the measurements. And then this is for the fish. This is the yellow cornmeal that I have in my container here. And in here, it is just the flour. And also, I put into the fish for seasoning is Old Bay. This is a very good thing to get. You can see if they have this container or the bigger, large container if you shop at your local Walmart, Target, or MAYO. Check those 3 stores, but preferably Walmart may be cheapest, or just check online and see what's is cheaper for you, or see which stores you're at, because some states like Michigan we have here, it's in Livonia. We have a Target and a Walmart right next door to one another, but it's about a 30-minute drive. So that's why I do like going out there, because preferably because it's a Walmart and Target right next door to one another, and I like that, so that way we don't have to go to just one Target and then drive to another Walmart. I like it where it's next door to one another. So definitely check out your local Walmart and Target if they have both stores combined. And yes, for Old Bay. So I'm gonna tell you what's the measurements to put into the bowl, or it's actually here. But first I'm going to rinse off the fish, the tilapia. So I just want to let you know about that so far, and I'll be back. I'm back for step 2. So I already rinsed off my fish already, and I got a pat it dry with a few paper towels. And you definitely want to make sure you wash your hands before and then after you touch your fish. Make sure you definitely wash your hands a couple times, because that's what I did. My hands are completely clean, and before I started the video I washed my hands several times. And make sure your hands are definitely cleansed, rinsed, and washed with a good soap. And if you have kids that are allergic to type of fish or shrimp, make sure you cook separately from the fish, but use fresh vegetable oil, canola oil, or peanut oil. You can definitely cook with fish, any type of fish. You don't have to cook with tilapia. You can cook with cod, catfish, you know, whatever fish that you and your family love in your kitchen, and it's your way. Okay, so, and also on the back of it too, it tells you the instructions of how to cook the fish if you never cooked fish before, and this is your very first time cooking fish into your kitchen. So definitely read the instructions in the back if you never cooked fish before. Okay, so that, I'm just wanted to let you know about that. I'm going to toss this, be right back. And I always make sure I have some dish soap here with hot water, and any dish soap that I love to use. I like to use Palmolive dish soap, or Dawn, because that's my name, or any dish soap that has like antibacterial dish soap for my dish. And I make sure my water is extremely hot. That's just in one sink here, and the other one's just to rinse them off, you know. And then for my dish rack drainer, I do have over there in another area, but we're trying to get that area over there cleaned, not cleaned up. I mean, it's already clean, but in the organized situation be better for us and our home, for Hamilton and I. So we're going to start with the seasonings. I already told you the seasonings I'm going to be using, but I'm going to give you the measurements. Okay, so let's start with that. And sometimes I go back and forth with using these measuring cups, or I go with these or with these. So I'm going to just start off with just at least the 1 cup. That's all I need for right now for the cornmeal. So definitely make sure you have pen and paper, so that we can take notes of the things that I've told you about with the seasonings, which is onion powder, garlic salt, garlic salt, onion powder, and granulated garlic, and obey. So make sure you definitely, and also red pepper flakes for the cabbage. But make sure you see those like at your local supermarket, or your Walmart that you shop at, or Target, or Myers, which is ever easiest for you. So I like to measure because that's just what I like to do, because that way, I mean, you know, if you're a pro and you know what you're doing in your kitchen, you know how to eyeball. But yeah, but this is just 1 cup already of yellow cornmeal. You can use, I think it's Miller's or Aunt Miller's, and then there's another one too. What is it called? Oh, I can't think of it, but I think it's by Aunt Millie's. So that's just 1 cup so far, and you can go for like 2 cups just to, you know, just to make sure it's in there. I'm gonna do 1 cup so far, because with a pack of fish, tilapia fish, it's on these 6 packs in there, but they're individual packaged. So I just use just 1 cup so far. I'm going to use, I'm gonna use a half a cup of cornmeal, yellow cornmeal, and I can't think of the other name, but if you do find, I'm making truly mess, that's okay, my kitchen. But if you find that yellow cornmeal, you can also too, I forgot about that, Aldi's, you can check Aldi's too as well. A little bit more in here, just to, I don't want to use a whole lot, because I don't like wasting. So that's 1.5 cups for just that, and I'm going to keep it out just in case, and a spoon. So you also gotta, I'll clean up my mess too. I always clean up my mess in my kitchen. So, and then we're going to take the flour. We're going to do a 1/2 cup so far first. I like to do the half first. See how much I need. Okay, this is about a half a cup. Right on in there. That looks about good. So just a half a cup of flour. But if you need more, go and add more. It's, you know, to your preference, to your way. You do not have to use these like seasonings that I use, like the onion powder, garlic powder, or granulated garlic, the granulated salt. You can use whatever seasonings that you like for you and your family. But if you do have these seasonings, I highly recommend that you use them for your seasoning of your fish. Okay, that's that. Whew, caught that. Okay, so I gotta put this on the bottom. So I'm done with the cornmeal and the flour. I'll put this in my dish sink, so that's fine. Okay, so now give me 1 second. I gotta clean up this mess. And also, when you are cooking with fish, you want to make sure you wear a pair of gloves that's powder free. That's what I'm about to do in a few minutes. I'm about to definitely make sure I have some gloves on. I don't want to touch, you know, the fish with raw hands. You know, I mean, even though it's just me and Hamilton, this is our meal, but I preferably do not like to do that. So try to be careful, you know. So now I'm going to use about half a tablespoon of the the onion powder here. So I take this off if I can. Yeah, okay. So it's about half a tablespoon of the granulated garlic that's going in there, and about another half of tablespoon. So about 2 tablespoons and 4. 2 tablespoons and a 4 to use. Okay. You don't want to have too much garlic and too much onion powder in here. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put this actually back in the cabinet. Okay. Now, same thing. I'm just going to go for a half a tablespoon of granulated garlic, because we do like garlic in our food. And it's only about half a tablespoon of granulated garlic. The first one was onion powder. So this goes back into the cabinet so I can have more space. Okay, so now this looks like about a tablespoon of garlic salt. I'm just going to use what we have left in here if I can. Let's look about a table. Let's look about 1 tablespoon. Yeah. Let's see if I'm right. Nope. Oh, just enough. This is the garlic salt. This is the LAWRYS of garlic salt. So that looks like about a good amount. Just, you know what? I'm just going to use it all. Pour it in there. So yeah. So whatever you have under like a tablespoon or about a tablespoon, definitely put it into your seasoning. Okay, so now I'm not going to add too much of the Old Bay. Oh yeah, you know what? I can go like this. I'm gonna do about 1 tablespoon of the Old Bay, because the Old Bay is like already has its own spices in it. So I'm done with the seasoning. So that is all. So if you had just a tiny bit left of your LAWRYS garlic salt, put that in there. You can measure, or you can just dump the whole thing in there. That's totally up to you. But if you're a measuring type of person like I am, I love to measure, so that way it won't be a lot or not enough. You know, I like to make sure it's just leaving it out. So now I'm going to stir. I'm going to stir my seasoning fish mix here. And with the flour, I don't want to add too much of the flour because it'll be more like a lighter color. It'll change like a lighter color. You want to mix this well for like a minute or so just to get all the seasonings well combined in here in your pan, pot, bowl, however you want to do it. So let's give it a taste. I'm not going to use a fork. I'm going to use a spoon. Just about enough just to taste it. So I don't need really much anything else to add in there. That's good. So just when you measure your seasoning, make sure as you measure it to your taste and to your liking, definitely make sure that you give it a taste after you well stirred it combined. So now I already cooked my my potatoes already. I'm going to get that going. I'm gonna use this pot for the mashed potatoes. So I gotta just drain the mashed potatoes. I gotta put the fish onto a plate, which is gonna be right here. Okay, so I use the fish for this fork, so I'm putting that into the hot water of my dish soap. But this is 6 tilapia fillets, so I'm gonna set it right here for just a few minutes. But while that's sitting, I'm already have my flour mixture for my fish. We're going to get going onto the cabbage. There, this is gonna be my tongs to turn my fish over when it's hot into the oil. Like I said, you can use vegetable oil, you can use canola oil, you can use peanut oil. Those are the 3 oils that I normally would say highly recommend. But it's your kitchen, your way, for your family. But whoever's allergic to shrimp or fish, cook your shrimp in a different skillet away from the fish. So yeah. So alright. And I already forgot I told you, I have made some cornbread already, the Jiffy box. Yes. One of these days, I'm going to put on my channel how to make cornbread homemade. But just for tonight's dinner, I just did the Jiffy cornbread out the box, under $1. So I got to get a few of those boxes Tuesday when I go to work. But I will work tomorrow, but I just want to let you know that. And yeah, I'm going to show you. If you never cut a cabbage before, I'm going to show you how to cut it. But before I start that, I'm going to actually pat dry these fish. So you want to bring your plate back to you. I have that clip there for you. I know it came on. So that when anybody won't be picking in here where they're walking by or something. It came off. Oh. Okay. Okay, so my fish is pat dry. I'm just going to throw this away. And always want to wash your hands after, you know, fish, shrimp, anything. Always want to make sure that you wash your hands right away after. So, alright, I normally should have an apron on. I forget all the time before I start. Ooh, there. Got it. Yeah. So, I always make sure I have an apron. So, okay. Now, this is for the cabbage. I'm going to put the cabbage right here, but I need a plate. So, you want to grab yourself a plate. Just to cut it though, you know, just to cut rinse off the cabbage. I mean, just to put it onto the plate. I'm sorry. Half time I don't know what I'm talking about. Half time I do, half time I don't. So I do have a little trash can that's right there next to me, but I have a regular trash can that's over there on the other side of the kitchen. So now what you gotta do is take all these like bad parts off the cabbage first. Okay. And I made cabbage, I want to say this year. I believe I made cabbage this year. That was pretty good. So I was like, wow, okay, I'll do it again onto my channel. So I'll take one more part off, so that's looking bad. See, so what you want to do is just take the bad parts off your cabbage. Make sure, you know, that the bad part is off, and just toss it or put into a grocery bag or two. Make sure it's double, you know, in grocery bag in case, you know, may have a hole in the grocery bag, plastic bag, and you just put the bad parts in there, tie it up, and put it into your trash can. So since we have the colander that you need to have, and so now we're going to cut this part off here, the core part. Okay, so hold your cabbage with your other hand, the knife, just like this, and make sure your knives are definitely sharpened. Okay, so now the core part is trash. Alright, so now I can't think here, so I think, okay, so you want to cut the core. No, you want to cut the cabbage in half first, right? Yeah. Okay. I forgot, it's been about a few months since I did this cabbage. So what you want to do is basically cut the cabbage in half. Make sure your knives are definitely sharpened. Wow. Okay, now time to cut the core out. I'm telling you, I'm such a goofball in my kitchen. It's crazy. Okay, so if you have a little of the leaves fall off, that's fine. Just put it into your colander. And now, this is how you cut the core. So you cut your cabbage in half. Make sure you have a sharpened knife. Just cut the core out into a triangular shape, just like that. Make sure you got it all the way cut, so that way you won't have any problems taking it out like I am right now. This is horrible. Sometimes, you know, when you first cut a cabbage, you may have struggles. Sometimes I do. You know, so that's okay. This core is coming out. Yeah, but when you do it, cut the core, make sure when you cut it in triangular shapes, make sure it's not all the way cut down, because, you know, it's going to cut off the part of the cabbage, but that's okay though. And when you pull and just twist. And then, there you go. That's the core of the cabbage. If you've never seen it, I'm sure you have. But yeah, that's the core of the cabbage. That's core number one. And see, now you have a rectangular shape of a cabbage. So just going to put that in there for right now until we're done cutting up this other core from the cabbage. And cabbage is kind of like greens. I mean, it's healthy too. So, I mean, I do like both. I like cabbage and greens. But I'm trying to get more healthier. For Hamilton and I'm trying my best because I'm in my 40s. So, you know, mid-40s. So, I just want to make sure I'm eating more healthier, and I want to make sure Hamilton eats more healthier as well. Oh wow. Okay, so that is another core from the cabbage. So when you get the cabbage, make sure, because you're going to rinse it off, right? Not right now, but you already have some pieces already on your plate. So you can cut up the cabbage any way, strip way, but I like to do it like in a short type of way. I'll show you what I'm talking about right now. But this is just what I do before I rinse the cabbage off. I like to cut it now, so that way, is it going to cook into a pot? You know, because it's going to wilt. It's going to wilt down. So it doesn't matter what type of size that you cook your cabbage. You can, because you can use like the white part of cabbage. You can use, you know, the certain greens of cabbage. So like this type of part, that's good to, you know, use and eat. Like something like this. I'll show you. Something like that. I don't really like it, but it's okay because it's going to wilt down. So, and Hamilton and I like that. So, and of course, I did wash my hands a few times. So, but this is how you can cut your cabbage, or you can cut them into strips like this. So it's either way to you or, you know, your family. However you cut the cabbage, it's going to be cooked down. So you want to make sure you cut it all first. Okay, I'm just showing you how I just cut the first one. So, and then I'll be back. But I just want to show you how I cut it. So, and you want to take your time too as you cut this cabbage. So, because you're going to be rinsing it off, and then some of the water, the excess water from the cabbage, is going to go into the skillet, and I'm going to show you how I do that. So let's cut this into okay. So I'll be back. I'm back for step 3. So I forgot to tell you earlier in the video, because I was chopping. I know that's boring, this video, so you already know how to chop I used the whole, well not a whole, I used a half of a green bell pepper. I cored it out, rinsed off the green bell pepper and the onion. This is like a white onion that I'm using, and you see the lines in between the onions. That's how you want to cut, you know, because I have my bell pepper just like this in a good medium chunk. So, but if you want them to cut them thin, it's totally up to you, your way, for you, your family, how you make your cabbage. And this is a very simple recipe for cabbage. And I use the whole entire white onion, or you can use yellow onion, the yellow Valdea onion. That's sweet and yellow as well. There's sometimes I like to cook with yellow or white onion. I go back and forth. And what I do for the onions, I just take out those little green onions, scallions, or whatever you're going to call them, inside the onion, because I don't really use them. So, and this is how I cut my onion just like this. And I make sure to, with the onion, that it's all peeled off or rinsed off as well. So you want to make sure that everything from your onion is peeled off, and just cut them in between those lines that you have your onion with. And make sure that when you do cut your onions, so you can see how my hand is like this and my knife is like this. You want to have it like cut like that, but move your finger as you're cutting against the onion, and then hold the rest of it if you can, and then cut the other part of the end of it just like that, you know. And yeah, just cut it just like that, and just peel off, not peel off, but just break away, you know, the other part of the onion, so when you cook it into the cabbage, you know, nothing is, you know, together, or I don't know what I'm trying to say. But when you do your cabbage, make sure to, if you like it kind of like soggy, that's up to you and your family. But Hamilton and I, we don't like it soggy too much for for our cabbage. We like it with a little bit crispiness in it. So, and cabbage don't take that long to cook. I say about 20 minutes at the most. So I just take out the little green stuff out of the onion, and I just break it apart is what I was trying to say. Break the onion apart after you're done slicing your onion any kind of way, strip way, like this, or you know, cuts, half cuts, or cut your onion, excuse me. So yeah, so after I do that, I make sure I wash my hands again, because I cut the green bell pepper and peeled and cut the green bell pepper and onion. Okay, and now I'm going to show you in the sink how I rinse my cabbage. Show you just like that. Hope you can see that. Okay, so I gotta move this green bell pepper. Oh, I'll put it in the plastic right now, actually. Be back. Hold on 1 second. Okay, something just fell, but I'll get it up in here. Okay, so now this is just for the cabbage. This is a whole white onion, or you can use yellow onion, Valdea onion, sweet onion. This is the half of a green bell pepper that I cut onto a plate, and then this is the cabbage right here. So you got your cabbage cut up already into the colander, and just rinse off any excess, you know, your cabbage. So just make sure you rinse it off really, really good. Just like this. Rinse it off really, really good. Rinse it off really, really good from any excess of anything. And then you're going to get some leaves, part of the cabbage on your colander. Okay, so that is good to me. Shake off any excess to your cabbage. Because you're going to have some of the excess of the water onto your cabbage while you put it into your cast iron skillet. But I have a cast iron pot that I use for multiple things when I do cook. So I'm done with the knife and put it into my dishwater. I know I might have to wash that first, so that way I will not cut myself as I put other dishes in there. I'm setting this here for just a minute, and I gotta get this skillet for the fish. For a minute. And I'll just put that right over there. So, getting back to where I was at. Okay, so that's just a little preview of how I wanted to show you how I wash and cut up the cabbage. And yeah, so this is by, I can't think, I think it's by Club, something type of cast iron pot that I got for so many years, over 10 years ago. But definitely check out your local thrift store for any cast iron skillets, any cooking utensils that you love to cook with, or baking dishes and things like that. So I have this on about medium heat. That is good, and I already have a fitted lid to go over this. So I'm going to like fry my cabbage, but I'm going to use canola oil. This is what I have. So you want to use about, that's 1 tablespoon and a half. So yeah, so you want to use about 1 tablespoon and a half of canola oil or vegetable oil for just the cabbage first. But for fish, you want to use peanut oil. But if you do not have peanut oil, you have canola oil or vegetable oil, use it. Okay, so now we're going to let this pot heat up for just a little bit, and I'm going to move on to the next step. I'm going to put this in the back up here because that's for the fish. And I have my mashed potatoes I got to mash up and get that together for dinner. I already made the cornbread, thank God already. So I'm going to take about a half a cup of chicken broth. I'm sorry, can I think? Even I'm in the kitchen. Okay. Wow. I'm excited to be in my kitchen. I haven't been in the kitchen in a while because I've been sick. Whoa there. Okay, so I'm going to use the Kitchen Ready. You can use Swanson, you know, whichever else is on sale. Definitely try to get stuff that's on sale for when you prepare a meal or when you have to cook for a week. And I'm just going to do a half a cup of vegetable, I mean not vegetable, but chicken broth. A little bit, I'm making a huge mess. Alright, that's about a half a cup, and I'm going to put this into the refrigerator. Okay, because I do use a lot of chicken broth, beef broth when I do cook, and I also use those beef bouillon cubes, you know, that comes in like in a gold package or red package. Gold, I think, for the beef, and I think, you know, gold for the chicken, gold package is inside the container. I think both too as well for the beef. So I'm letting it get a little more hot. It's already getting there. It's about how I like it right now, but I'm going to get a little bit more. And then I'm going to let this get, the oil get a little more hotter. So I'm going to move on to the next, I don't know how I have the time what I'm talking about. Ah! So I'm going to put this aside, put this right up here actually on top of my hubby's coffee maker. So now the next step is let your cast iron skillet or your cast iron pot, if you have one, to get hot a little bit, because you can hear the oil popping, because I can hear the oil popping. So I'm gonna just let that go, and now I'm gonna add this all in there. But first, I'm going to add my vegetables. Everything want to fall today? Okay, so you put in your onion already, your half of green bell pepper, and you want to just stir that and let that cook. Now you want to add in your cabbage, because your cabbage is going to wilt once you put all of it in there. And I'm not going to need a bigger pot for this. This is just right. And when I first made the cabbage, I used a cast iron skillet. But I don't think I'm going to have to use the cast iron skillet. I like this pot right here. This is the cast iron pot. So we're going to let that get to where. Now I'm going to first put in a half a cup of chicken broth. I know I'm going to need like a little bit more. So I'm going to go up a little bit more to a third. To a cup, I'm sorry, to 1 cup, because I'm going to probably need more. So hold on. So you want to just pour about, I would do another half a cup just in case. So just do another half a cup. If you get like a little bit, tiny bit over the half a cup, that's fine. Because you're going to just set that aside until you think you're going to be ready to use it again. And you want to make sure you get enough fork. I just want to make sure you get a spoon. Oh my goodness, it smells good in here. Where is my... Find it. It's weird. Oh, right there. Okay, yeah, right. Okay, so you just want to just let it roast. let it wilt, and then stir just about 1 minute or two, so you can see the green bell peppers and the onions. And you're going to see them as you cook. So, okay. So, alright. So now for the seasoning, I told you that you just take about a pinch. You don't want to make it too spicy, so about a pinch of red pepper flakes. You don't want to make it too spicy, okay? Granulated garlic. Make sure it's granulated garlic. Put that right on in there. Okay, I'll clean up in a second. Okay, so now you can also add seasoned salt. You can go with LAWRYS seasoned salt. If you can't find this seasoning, it's by Spice Supreme. This is like the seasoned salt. It's just like LAWRYS seasoned salt. So I'm going to put about 1 teaspoon of it in here, because you already have, you know, the salt from the seasoned salt. So you do not need to add more salt. You already got the salt from the seasoned salt already in there. Then you're going to go for the onion powder, which is 1 teaspoon. I'm going to write all this down. Hopefully I can remember. So, but I believe I can. So, and it's going to be in the description box below. So if you definitely do want to make this for your family, go right ahead. I highly recommend. But if you want to add like a pinch of salt, then you can, because it already has seasoned salt from the seasoned salt. But it's up to you. Your kitchen, your way. So I'm going to add just a pinch of salt, just a pinch, because I already have the seasoned salt already, and this is about all the salt that I need, because I can't have too much salt. So I'm trying to be good. Alright, that is enough of the salt. That was just about a half a pinch of salt already. Good. And just stir, because you got your seasonings already in here. It smells phenomenal because of the seasoning. You got your green bell pepper, you got your onion in here. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. So now you're going to want to add a little bit more, about another half cup of the chicken broth in here. So, and then you want to stir it up again, because you just added, you know, your other half a cup of chicken broth. When you make cabbage, you don't want to add too much liquid, because it's going to get soggy. I mean, unless you like, you know, your cabbage to be soggy, it's your way. You know, for you and your family, do it however it makes you comfortable, okay? I'm just telling you how, this is how my family made cabbage when I was younger. I couldn't really cut up cabbage when I was 3. When I was 7, I was able to, you know, cut up some stuff, you know, and I could do it. So you got 2/4 cups of cooked chicken broth in here. You got a tablespoon and a half of canola oil in here, and you just let it cook, and it will be cooking. And cabbage don't take that long like greens. You know, greens take some hours, at least 4 to 5 hours for greens. If you're doing them homemade or out the bag, that's pre-washed already. But when I do, when I do greens, I buy the bag that's already pre-washed. But I come home and wash them at least 2 more other times, because, you know, that's just what I like to, you know, to do, because it's still got crud and stuff on the greens and stuff like that. So that's just what I do for me and Hamilton, the holidays that come, you know, around. So I'm going to turn the other burner on back there, so that way I can do my mashed potatoes, and I'm gonna show you how I do my mashed potatoes as well. So back this up, turn it out, yeah, okay. Whew. Okay, let me turn this around. Okay, that is my cabbage, and it is still on medium heat, which is good. And these are my mashed potatoes. So I'm going to show you how I do those. And put the skillet back there for a second because I'm not ready to use that quite yet when I do my fish. So, alright, so I got my fish already there. You don't really have to use buttermilk for your fish. You don't have to let it soak in the buttermilk with your fish for at least half an hour. You know, it's totally up to you. You know how you want to do your fish, up to you. But I don't. I just rinse it off really good, and then I pat it dry with some paper towels, and that's it. Okay, so now you have your potatoes already soaked in good with that chicken broth seasoning from the packet of the chicken bouillon cube. I used about 3, so I like to use about 3 of those for my mashed potatoes. So that's going there. Let me coffee cup it out there, get it out the way. So my burner is off. You want to make sure when you transfer your potatoes that's already soft. You want to check too your potatoes within the half an hour as you have them. After you have your pot with the water first, you know. And then you can use the whole carton or half a carton of a chicken broth to your pot. So if you don't want to use water, you can definitely use the chicken broth from the container, which is 1 quart from Swanson or whatever brand that you shop with. You know, you can definitely use that because that gives you the flavor of the chicken broth to your mashed potatoes. That's how I make my mashed potatoes. I've been doing that ever since 5-10 years now. And I used to use water for when I used to make my mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes years ago. When I was in my mid-20s, almost 30s. Yes, and I was like, why does my mashed potatoes taste so bland and gross? I was like, okay, so I gotta do something here. So I changed it and used chicken broth. When I got in my 30s, had my own place, you know, my own job, you know, doing me. And yeah, I've been using chicken broth for that long. So if you ever want to change up the game with your mashed potatoes, use about a half of a container of your chicken broth container from Swanson, whatever brand that you shop with. Definitely make sure you use the container of chicken broth. Add it to your pot, let that heat up, boil up, and then you want to add your peeled potatoes in chunks, however you want to cut up your potatoes, and let them put your burner on high. When you do your potatoes, put your burner on high, and then within that 20 to 30 minutes, you want to check with a fork, see if they're fork tendered to your potatoes. They are. Reduce the heat down to about low. It's about low until you know they're ready. And you can also taste test too as well your potatoes. You know, use a fork. Don't use the same fork that you use your potatoes with. Yeah. So yeah, that's just how I make my mashed potatoes. But I would do a separate video on that, how I make my mashed potatoes. I do put a little bit of sour cream in here. I haven't said I like sour cream, but I do. I put a little bit of sour cream in here, a little bit of milk and butter. Trust me, you'll get that proposal. You get that. I love you, babe. You make some more mashed potatoes again for the next holiday. Trust me. All my friends, every time when I do cook, they always want me to make the mashed potatoes. So you want to just check on your cabbage. And then while that's cooking, you can also do a taste test too. Let's do a taste test. I'll use one of my forks. Okay. Oh, this is my spoon and fork for taste testing my food when I do cook. So yes, I wanted to tell you about that. And I got those at my local grocery store, Dollar Tree. Not at Dollar Tree, but if you go to Dollar Tree, you can find containers like that. That'd be cool to have. That we can have them right next to your counter, for when you taste test stuff. good. We're not ready yet. But that was good. And I might need to add a little bit of onion powder and salt. I'm just sprinkling it in, but just eyeball it. That's the onion powder. And then the salt, this regular salt. But if you have kosher salt, you can use kosher salt. And that's all. I don't put a whole lot of salt because I did earlier. I don't like to put too much salt in my food. I'm going to stir it around because I had added some extra seasonings. I needed just like a little more onion salt. And, I mean salt. I needed more of salt and onion powder. So just stir it around. Okay. Really, really good. I can see those red pepper flakes in the cabbage. It's looking good. Cabbage usually take about 20 minutes. So you kind of want that crunch to your cabbage. Or you like it to be in between the, like in the middle of crunchy and soggy. That's kind of how Hamilton and I do like it. So I'm going to continue on with these potatoes. Now I put them on the back side of there with the fitted lid. So let me do these potatoes. Okay. So you want to take your mashed potato, your mashed potato masher like this, or like this. So I have two, so either one. But I like to use this one because this one is flat too as well. But you know, I like to use different cooking tools when I'm in the kitchen. Okay. So I do have the Daisy sour cream. This is in a 8 ounce, but you can get it bigger. But tonight we don't really use a lot of sour cream, but only if I make Mexican meals like burritos, chicken enchiladas, you know, stuff like that. Or when I do mashed potatoes for regular meals, and the milk. So I'm gonna get a spoon. Okay, so first I'm gonna put just about a tablespoon of butter in there. And about a tablespoon of sour cream. Or about another tablespoon, but I'm gonna wait because I got to add my milk. So I don't really measure my milk, I just eyeball it just to. Okay, so far that's good for right now. And then I just mash away. So I don't want to use the same spoon that I put sour cream and butter in there. I'm just going like this with my own spoon. Oh my God. I may need to add more butter, more sour cream. So a tablespoon of sour cream and about a tablespoon of butter. And that should do it with the mashed potatoes. Then a little bit of milk, not too much, just a little bit. that should be it on the milk. You want to make sure your potatoes are really mashed really good. You don't want to get them too mushy. And I think that's good enough for the mashed potatoes. You want to get them lumpy. See, just like this. See? Yep. Okay. So my potatoes are done. I'm gonna put these on the back. I'm gonna clean up everything like that because my kitchen's a little bit messy. So, and I'm gonna wash my hands after as well because I gotta see if I can find a fitted lid for this. Alright, fitted lid. Here. So that is done. Okay. So now this is for the fish. I'll be back in just a minute. Alright, I'm back. I just washed my hands. I got done with the cornbread, the mashed potatoes, and the cabbage. I gotta check on the cabbage now. Oh, it's looking good the way we like it. So this is going to be turned off. See that? The cabbage take about 20 minutes. 30, depending on how you like your cabbage. So I want to taste your food also as well, so I'm going to do another taste test to see how it's just to our liking of how we like it. To how we like it. Oh yeah. That's alright. Perfect. It's good. So I'm gonna let you see how it looks. Take it off so I can find the ornament. So you can see like that goodness of that chicken broth. 2 4 cups of chicken broth. See the steam. Let you see. Get closer. Okay, see that chicken broth. You can see it, that mixture of the oil. See? Oh my goodness. Look close so you can see it. See? Oh yes. Yes. It's good. It's great. The onions is cooked. The green bell peppers is cooked. The pepper flakes in here are good. Alright. And then when I added that, see, now when I added that extra onion powder and salt, it made it just right. So I gotta wash a few of some dishes, but give me a minute. I already cleaned up the counter. I just gotta get these dishes going real quick before I make the fish, and I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. So now this is the 4th step, and there's one more step, is to plate the meal. But I'm letting my oil heat up a little bit. You don't have to have it scorching. You have to have it hot, but not burning that smell when you do add, your fish into your skillet, but to your seasoning mixture second, and then into your to your skillet. So you want to make sure that if your skillet is hot and test it with a little bit of the seasoning, which is already kind of going up there. It's hot, but I want it to be a little more hotter. So while that is going, I'm going to make sure I add my fish. And I do not have gloves on. I'm just having it with the cornmeal mixture, flour cornmeal mixture that I did. Want to make sure you have just enough on there, but you may want to have to add like another cup of cornmeal to the mixture because you want it to be, you know, stayed on to the fish. But you do want to add, you do want to have like a little bit of some kind of like buttermilk mixture and egg mixture into another pan, a bowl. I didn't do that, so I didn't want to see how. This is my first attempt of how to do this without the butter and egg water mixture, without that first. But I've seen a few YouTubes today that you can set this whole mixture into a Ziploc bag, and I think I might do that so that way I don't have to keep using other stuff in there. Plate this onto the plate. So let me add this into a Ziploc bag. Okay. So you got your mixture into a Ziploc bag. It's quicker, easier doing it like this. I just wanted to see how it would be when I put the fish into that. So make sure your Ziploc bag is tight. Shake it up. Shake your mixture. This is your own seasoning fish mix, but you can use like that comes in your supermarket, your local supermarket that you shop at, or Walmart. That Louisiana fish fry seasoning, the bag, the blue bag, or the gold and blue box. So so that is seasoned very well to me. So I'm going to take the first fish that I did out of the container that I had it in. I'm putting this on here first. See how it'll go. And you don't want to overcrowd your fish. So I'm just gonna, I might cook some more, but I'm just rinsing this off real quick. I'm not gonna use the same plate. I'm gonna use a different plate, so I can have my fish on a different plate. So, on a different plate for my fish. And it cooks pretty fast with the canola oil, so whatever oil you have available in your kitchen, definitely use. I'm using about 3 fish so far, because it's kind of cold today here in Michigan. It's about 25 degrees. It was like snow flurries, snowflakes, but now it's like between cloudy and sunny. The weather here, but blessed to have it, blessed to see it. Turn this over. And fish does cook, I think, 3 to 7 minutes fast, so you want to take your time. I wouldn't put it on paper towel to your plate because the fish will get all soggy and it'll get back to how it was. And you don't have to double coat the fish to get that crispiness, because it'll be already fish that crispiness already. So it's not like chicken where you can double coat the chicken. So I'm gonna put one more piece in here. So just on these 6 6 fillets that came in a bag. So alright, 3 is good enough that I can get into my skillet. This is just like a good medium-sized skillet that I have. So while my first fish is about to be done, and not quite yet, I'm going to wipe down my counter. I wipe down my counter and I wash my hands as well. So you always want to make sure that you wipe your counter down and clean as you go, because you don't want to have a lot of mess, you know, as after you're done eating dinner. And also, real quick too, I'm gonna show you how to make tartar sauce. Yes, give me a minute. Let me get this first fish cooked up. This one is gonna fight. Dang it. So, yeah, that's okay. You want to make sure your fish is definitely cooked. It's looking good. Oh my God, it's so good. It smells good already in here. It's like no joke. So close this up because you don't want to cross contaminate nothing. And yeah, since you didn't touch the fish, but it's good to always want to wash your hands. That's just what I like to do every time I cook with chicken, beef, any type of seafood. So yes, I like to make sure my hands are clean. Alright, so when you make your tartar sauce, make sure you grab yourself a bowl. And yeah, make sure you grab, I grabbed this bowl, sorry, that's my onion bowl. So grab yourself a bowl. Grab yourself some mayonnaise. I gotta grab it out of the cabinet. So you can use HELLMAN'S or Duke's, whichever is easiest for you. Okay, relish. Sorry, relish, lemon juice, and cream of tartar. Yes, cream of tartar for your tartar sauce. I don't really buy tartar sauce unless it's an emergency. I didn't have time to make it, but today I wanted to go all out for Hamilton because he deserved it, and he's been working so hard today. So I thought he can come home to a nice home cooked meal. And the time down to 6:39. I should have it done no later than 7:30. I'm trying to open this package of cookie sauce. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to leave the top off for right now because I do need it. Okay, so now you want to grab yourself a spoon. So you want to put about 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, let's say like, so 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise, okay? Wow, okay, so see, I'm trying to multitask here. Oh no. And a few pieces of your fish may break as you're cooking in your skillet, but make sure you have a big enough skillet for your fish. So and make sure when you use the tongs or fork, just take your time, flip it over really soft, and take your time. This is going to be just a sweet relish. This is our family brand. I don't want to use that because I already used that for the menu. That's gross. And you want to use about a tablespoon of that. Maybe like a little bit more. I like a little bit pickly. Okay. Alright. Put this in the refrigerator. Put these two in the refrigerator because they're opened. And if you want to add some diced onions to your tartar sauce, you can. But when you do the lemon juice, use about I'll show you. That's it. That's all you need. You don't need a whole lot of lemon juice. Just keep that just in case if you may need it. But okay, and then about half a teaspoon of tartar, cream of tartar. So I saw it on a YouTube channel of how a man, him and his wife, of how his wife had her own recipe of how to make homemade tartar sauce. And that's it. Just like 3-4 ingredients. Lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of sweet relish, and you can use a little bit of dill, totally up to you, but this sweet relish, 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise, a little dripping of lemon juice, about a half teaspoon of cream of tartar. Let's test it. Need something. Okay, give me 1 second because once this is about done, I don't want it overcooked. Alright, so that's 1 piece of fish. Other ones are coming looking good. Flip them over. Ow, be quiet. And this is my first time ever making tilapia fish. I never made it in a day in my life. I ate it by somebody else, but just about a teaspoon of dilled relish. It might be a little more light. And then I'm going to show you the rest of it. So then you want to add a little bit of pinch of sugar. Just very that pinch of sugar. And stir it. And now taste it again to see if it's at your liking for you and your family. And trust me, your family will want you to make it again. Will want you to make it again. Oh my God. It's good. Wow. And then you want to just put it in your refrigerator for at least 30 minutes to an hour until you're ready to use. And that is your homemade tartar sauce. So we're going to continue on making the rest of the fish. And that one is done. This piece is done. And then once you use this fish grease, make sure you let it cool down for sure overnight. Overnight is best. So this thing is completely done and it's trash. So you had your tongs in here, your raw fish in here, so it's done. But if you want to use this for shrimp, not the same bag and same seasonings. We do a new bag, a Ziploc bag, and 2 cups of canola, 2 cups of yellow cornmeal, and half a cup of flour, and your seasonings, whatever seasonings you like to use, your preference, your way for your family and you. But discard this. This is trash. Because the reason why I say that is because that's cross-contamination. And you do not want, you know, anything else to go in that bag. So once you use your first pair of tongs, you can get a fork if you want. And that's just what I'll have to do. Because I thought I had another pair of tongs around here. I think I do, but I don't really bring them out unless I'm cooking chicken or fish like this. So look at these pieces. They are nice. Come and smell, so y'all can smell it. You can come eat some. I'm inviting you to my kitchen, to Daddy's kitchen, to cook, to eat with us. So I'm just going to just taste the first bite, which is this piece right here. Do you tell me? Do you all like the ends of your fish, or do you like the middle of it? And see how done that is. Oh my goodness. Good God. I'm gonna let Hammy have his food, so this is hot. Open it off. Okay. I got a double approval thumbs up from Hammy, from my hubby. He said, oh yes. He's like, make that again. So, I'm making my last 2 pieces of fish cooked. So these pieces are done, but I want everything else to be done all at once. So you can clean up your kitchen, your counter. You can clean, yeah, we can do your dishes. That's what I'm about to do right now. So yeah, I keep saying I'm sorry. Excuse me. Yes. So that is all I'm going to do right now. But when them last 2 pieces of fish is done, dinner is basically done, and I'm gonna let that tartar sauce still be in the refrigerator so that can get cooled, you know, it can get cooled. And if you do not have time to make, I mean 2 bites, to make your own tartar sauce, you can definitely make your own. I'm gonna leave it also in the description box below of everything of what I've done today for dinner. Today is Saturday, so it's fish Saturday for us. So, and sometimes if I want to do Taco Tuesday, I'll do Taco Tuesday, but I like to make something on Tuesday. But our monthly, once in a while month is my spaghetti. But Hamilton and we do eat that, and then we're done with it in a couple of days. We're done. So that's why I try not to make spaghetti a lot, because even though it's a quick and easy dinner, you just got off work at 5 o'clock, or you know, you want something simple for you and the kids, the hubby, you know, you can definitely do that. Yeah, that's just something quick and easy that I like to do every now and then for Hamilton and I, when we're not too tired, or when I'm not too tired, you know, because he does cook, you know, so, but he likes when I cook, so. But we will be doing a meal together pretty soon here on my cooking channel, so definitely look out for that. I just gotta, we might do it on Thursday, because I think we both have off Thursday from work, so we're gonna think of a good meal within the next few days that we both work and figure it out and do it on our on my channel. So you all can see us cook together for once. Cause then I'm gonna get them on my other channel too. The beauty room. I'm gonna get them on there too. But yeah, in a few more months it'll be our wedding day, June 5th. Hopefully it'll work out. But I had to call a few places and call some restaurants, you know, and see what we can do, what we can't do, or what we can bring, what we can, or what can I not bring. Because I'm gonna probably go. I'm gonna go that morning if it works out the way I have it visioned in my mind, in my head, in my eyeballs. That I'm gonna go to the restaurant that morning, or probably that afternoon before like in the next hour before everybody gets there. Decorate the way I have it visioned in my mind and how much is mine as well. And he's been part of the whole wedding plan since last year. But you know what, God is good all the time, because there's sometimes God will make a way for you. And then sometimes if you can't do it, then whatever plans, big dreams you have, you can't do it at that time. It's always the next time. But do believe, make your dreams and goals come true, because the only person that's going to stop you is yourself. So please make your dreams and goals make your dreams and goals come true, because if you have a passion for something, or going to cooking school, or opening up your own cupcake business, cake business, or a restaurant, if you want to be you and your family, your kids doing it, and they're going to grow up, being really good cooks as well because of their parents. Whatever dreams and goals you have, or going back to school, getting your bachelor's, your master's, or just your high school diploma, GED, there's nothing wrong with that. You hear my voice, I'm still sick, I'm so sorry. But yeah, make sure your dreams and goals are met. Put them on a bulletin board, with paper or notepad, and you visualize that dream. You get up and do what you have to do to go to work. I know the hours sucks and crazy sometimes, but if you want that dream and goal to visualize, to see you going in there, you're building it, you're getting your team together, you're getting some employees together, good co-workers that's going to be working for you as a CEO. That's what I want to have built for me with my 2 channels. And God's willing and able to let me have these 2 channels. I'm truly blessed and grateful for you all, subscribers, new subscribers, or people just stopping by to watching Donnie's Kitchen, and also the beauty room by me, by Dawn Floyd. Thank you so much for making my dreams and goals come true. I know I haven't done a video in the beauty room in a while, but I will be doing one soon, in a couple of days. I have to get over this cold, but I'm still doing a video for the beauty room and continuing to make this month be a good month, and April and all the months to come for this year, to make me not have to work no more, because I want to resign. I want to be my own boss, my own CEO of me, of Dawn Floyd, of me. Soon to be Dawn Martindale, I'm sorry. Yeah. So we're just checking the fish, and it's almost done, but not quite yet. Okay. Alright. So I'll be back. I'm going to get the plates together. My counter and kitchen is already clean. Dishes is already done. It'll just be a few of these dishes that's going to be washed in a few days. I'm putting some containers. So I'll be back taking the last and assembly, and you'll see in a minute. Be back. Alright, I'm plating Hamilton's plate. So I gotta get it together. So I've made cabbage, mashed potatoes, cornbread, and tilapia fried fish. So let me mix you the tilapia fish. It tastes so good. So I'm going to plate his plate real fast. He can eat. We can eat together. And I put a movie on from Disney Plus on. I haven't seen a movie in a long time. So so that's the cornbread. Okay, I'm going to use this for the mashed potatoes. And you definitely want to use a slotted spoon to spoon up your cabbage. We're going to watch a movie, a throwback movie, Drumline. I don't know if you remember Drumline, but yeah, I love the movie Drumline. So that was my favorite movie to watch with my mom. So I'm going to watch that with my hubby wubby. And then his 2 pieces of fish. This is his meal. And I have the homemade tartar sauce that I made. So, yes, we're going to see about my food in a minute as soon as I give this to him. Be back. Hey, Cody, open. Open. All right. Let me about the tartar sauce. Your finger, this is finger. Did you say Grace? I made it myself. Ketchup, right?
For what?
For your fish.
No, I don't use ketchup.
You need mustard?
No, I just want tartar sauce.
So I'm not going to eat. Okay, so I'm plating my plate. Oh, wait. So this is my plate, and we're going to say a prayer. Heavenly Father God, we thank you for this meal. Thank you for who you are, what you are, and hidden lifestyle. We thank you for protection for all of my subscribers, new subscribers, people who are just stopping by to channel. Thank you, God, for each and every one of them. God bless them and their loved ones, their children. God, we just thank you for what we have. Continue to protect us, each and every one of us around this whole entire world. In Jesus' name we ask and pray. Amen. Okay, I'm going to granulated cabbage. Well, gotta taste the fish. Very good. Well, I'm going to go eat. I hope you all have a wonderful and blessed Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your day, your evening. God bless you all, and I will see you next video. Please stay safe, encourage, and dream big to the sky. I love you all. God bless you. See you next video.